from Cleveland's most accurate weather team. This is 19 First Alert Plus, sponsored by the man that makes them pay, Tim Misney.
And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. You wouldn't know it by looking outside right now. We are going to have a beautiful, beautiful day, 53 degrees, blue skies, but we do have a first alert weather day on our horizon for the potential of not snow. We'll get to that later. Just adding to this strange winter/spring, we could have severe thunderstorms tomorrow. That's why we're going to bring right in right now to get you that first alert, the meteorologist Erica Page. Erica, first of all, let's remind our audience, why does our weather team issue first alert weather days? What does that mean?
Right. So we issue them when we know that weather is going to be disruptful for your day-to-day activities. Typically during the winter, we'd be issuing this for snow. Sometimes it's lake effect snow. Other times it's just rain. If we know it's going to be heavier rain at times, mainly depending on the roadways, sometimes that can be enough to kind of get us to that criteria where we say, hey, you know what, this is an alert. You need to know about this, and you need to kind of keep this in the back of your mind as you plan some of these day-to-day activities. Well, in the case for tomorrow, it is a cold front that's eventually rolling through. It will eventually bring us some colder temperatures, but out ahead of it, we're going to build in the moisture, and we're likely going to see the development of some showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be on the strong to severe side. But it is going to be more so isolated, I think, in coverage. In terms of severe weather, I do think widespread we will see some showers and thunderstorms across the area, but a relatively lower risk as we go through the day tomorrow. But still, it's not zero. It is something we're going to have to watch pretty closely as we go through the day on Thursday. So I do want to kind of walk you through a little bit of the new data with this scenario, and I'm actually going to back this up just a little bit because I think this tells an important story. When you look at the wider picture, what you notice is that blob of orange basically sitting across parts of northwest Arkansas down into southeastern Oklahoma. That's that level 3 out of 5 risk. That would mean a more numerous opportunity for showers and thunderstorms, which could be strong to severe. The farther north you go, the lower that risk becomes, and you'll notice it doesn't even extend all the way across northeast Ohio. It's really areas generally, I-77 points to the west, that stand that better chance of finding a couple stronger storms that may survive their trek into northeast Ohio as we go through tomorrow afternoon into the evening. Now, should some of those storms become strong to severe, we're talking your typical hazards, damaging wind gusts, some hail that could be up to a quarter size. But because there's a boundary associated with this, we can't rule out that you get a little bit of twisting of the winds and you could have that brief tornado. Now, is that risk low? Yes, it is. Without a doubt, it is lower, but it's not zero. So it is something we will have to watch as we go through tomorrow. I do want to show you some of this newer data for tomorrow because some of the models, and when we say models, we mean data, like what you're seeing here, input with shower and thunderstorm activity, are saying, hey, you know what, we might see a couple of different rounds of this activity. The first round may come through early tomorrow morning. So you'll notice at 8 o'clock in the morning, we're starting to see a little bit of that rain starting to make its way through our area. But I think this first round is going to struggle in terms of some moisture, meaning you don't have quite all the pieces coming together at just the right time to get us that better severe setup. Will we watch any activity that develops tomorrow morning? Absolutely, because it could be disruptful for a little bit. I mean, you're talking rain, you've got a potential for a couple rumbles of thunder, but the severe risk is relatively lower with that initial wave. Then we get our atmosphere to recover a little bit as we go through the early part of the afternoon. If we dry out, if we see a little bit of sunshine, that can help boost that temperature back into the 70s, and then that can become fuel to fuel these additional showers and thunderstorms that will develop as that cold front moves through. So you'll notice 3-4 o'clock, places like Sandusky, out towards the I-75 corridor, finally starting to see that line of storms come together. And this is where we'll have to watch little segments along that line that could be a little bit more on the stronger side. It's not saying that this entire line is going to be severe as it marches through our area, but a couple of those storms embedded within that line could tip that scale of being on the strong to severe side. So 3-4 o'clock, it's moving through the western half of our area. By about 5 p.m., I'm thinking places like Mentor, Cleveland, down towards Akron, Canton, Worcester, to see that line moving through. And then eventually we'll start to see it clear off to the east by about 6-7 o'clock. And we may still get some residual development down to the south, US 30 corridor points south by about 10-11 o'clock tomorrow evening. But by this point, the cold front's starting to make its way through, so your severe threat is starting to lessen considerably. And you may just be left with a few of these isolated showers lingering as we look ahead towards your Friday morning. So once we get past tomorrow evening and really, I would say before midnight, your severe threat starts to come to a close. You may still have some rain left over to close out the work week, but we're not talking severe weather by that point anymore, Dan.
Yeah, very interesting day. Again, it is a first alert weather day that has been issued by our team. We do this very specifically. Not every day is an alert weather day, but tomorrow is because of the potential that's there. We're going to take a 15-second pause. A lot of people are looking toward Sunday. That is St. Patrick's Day, big parade, big events all over Northeast Ohio. So after this 15-second break, we'll focus in on the weekend.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
Try not to get weather whiplash from looking at this 7-day forecast. It's very much like a roller coaster at Cedar Point. Take a look. Want to walk us through it?
Yeah, so again, today, tomorrow, really going to be the nicer days in terms of your temperatures. Today, probably my pick day out of the next 7. We're going to be warm. Temperatures are going to be back upper 60s, lower 70s. We will have a lake breeze that moves inland, so keep that in mind. Lakeshore communities will likely struggle to maybe make it out of the 50s later this afternoon and into the 60s. We'll just have to watch and see how far inland that lake breeze can make it. But once we get into tomorrow, things start to change. We get the cold front tomorrow night as we've detailed out, and then we get a little bit of lingering rain on Friday, but you'll notice Friday's daytime high the same as Thursday night's low. So we are not going to gain any ground as we go through the day on Friday. Temperatures pretty much maintaining status quo, upper 40s. We'll start to see things improve a little bit by Saturday, but we will have to watch for some evening showers that move back in. So in terms of your holiday weekend forecast, because again, I know it is a big holiday weekend, a lot of folks have plans to get out and about, celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Keep some of that rain gear close, potentially first thing Sunday morning. We may still have a couple isolated showers lingering across the area, but I would say overall the forecast has trended drier, but stay with us because as we continue to get through tomorrow especially, we'll only have a clearer picture of how exactly the second half of the weekend will continue to play out, but you can bet temperatures are going to be cooler. We're talking highs mid-40s. That's actually seasonable for where we should be for this time of the year. So overall for St. Patrick's Day standards, typically, it's not looking too bad. We will though have to watch once we get into Sunday evening. There's another system that comes through. You can see our note there, likely going to be blustery. And that's as we wait for that next system to bring us a better opportunity for some snow showers as we get into Sunday night and eventually headed into early Monday. So winter not done just yet. Monday is officially the last day of winter, and it's really trying its best to hold on with what little bit of strength it does have or has had this entire year.
I've said it numerous times here on our morning weather that 55 degrees on St. Patrick's Day is what I shoot for, what I hope for. We're not far off of that, but hey, it could be 23 and snowing for this time of year. So maybe we'll take that 46 and just throw on maybe an extra scarf with our gloves. 19 First Alert meteorologist Erica Page, thank you much for the time and thanks for the heads up, our first alert about tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, take care. Really is an opportunity, just that heads up, that first alert, the first time you're hearing about this, that the potential for some severe weather, and it's just a potential. It's that map that Erica showed was incredible. We're just on the edge of the severe weather threat, and so we want to give you that heads up. Final look into downtown Cleveland, 53 degrees on our way to a possible 70 degrees. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Enjoy it today. I wish we could call everybody. Let's move the parade to today, but that's not how that works. If we have any other breaking news, it'll be here on our digital platforms. Otherwise, look for me anchoring our 11 o'clock news on the CW43 in just about an hour, and then our noon news with Nicole Versansky on Channel 19. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a great afternoon.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and follow us on social media at Cleveland 19 News.